Hey, what's up, people? It is Motivational Mac, and I'm back with another inspirational chat. Let's get it. Speak Life Radio, the podcast. This is about to just be the Motivational Mac podcast. Everything that I'm gonna have different segments. Is gonna be Speak Life, speaking what we trying to create. It's gonna be what else we gonna have? We're gonna have the Mac report, which is like current events, stuff like that that's going on. And we're also gonna have the huddle and the cipher. The huddle and the cipher is basically for, you know, sports and hip hop. But we're gonna talk a little bit about everything. So welcome to Motivational Max podcast, first visual, still working on the scenery and all of that. I'm putting together a nice little background for y'all. I ain't even want to give it to y'all until I had the nice little boom, boom, boom Soul Squad jerseys in the back, couple little Philly representations and all of that, just to let y'all know. But it's okay. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Right now, I got a little towel right here just to let y'all know, just in case I start dripping some swag, I gotta use my towel. But look, so today's episode is about the price, man. The price. You feel me? I did this before on Facebook. It was like, what are you worth? As far as a job, as far as a career, as far as life, you feel me? What are you worth? You feel me? And it's like, when you think about how much you're worth and you think about how much you make and how much you can make, you gotta be like, how much have I made before? How much have I been able to touch before? And then you go from there. It's like if I've made $15 an hour, $18 an hour, $20 an hour, now I know that the next place I go to, I'm looking for 22, I'm looking for 23. I know that the places that I go to, people think I'm worth, people know that I'm worth, they've paid me already. Anything that I've been paid before, I can get paid again. Anything that I've achieved before, I can achieve again. So you just gotta look at it like that, and then you gotta add on all your expertise that you have. So let's say, I always say my man got the studio. And he be on studio time. He be on recording, and he gonna produce you and all of that. Boom. So let's say if he just had a studio and he could record you, that would be one price that he's worth. But when he come back and he can mix and master and promote your stuff, that's another little. And then when he makes the beat and he created the beat on his own, it's like, hold on. There's so many opportunities, so many things that this man can do. And he could charge more and more and more. His worth goes up because he can add more things to it. It's like if I was just working in a warehouse and I'm a regular warehouse worker, you feel me? And then they come through like, yo, can you drive a forklift? Yeah, I could do that. All right, bet. Your experience went up. Your money should go up. You feel me? And then you just keep on learning more and more skills and trades, and then your money just goes up. Somebody great was like, the more responsibility you take, the more money you make. So if I can depend on you to be more responsible, then most likely they're going to try to pay you a little bit more. So you think of like the boss, the person who gets the most money in the business, that person definitely has the most responsibility. That person is like, when it comes down to it, they're going to come to me for every question, every, task that's a little bit much to do. They're looking to the person who's getting paid the most, the person who has the most responsibility. Like, yo, can we get you to do that? Can we see what you can do? You know, they want to know what you can do. They want to know that you're responsible, that you're going to be there on time, that you're going to be there to open it up. Sometimes you might have to shut it down, you know, but it's like what you worth. It's confidence. But it's also the fact that you know what you can do. You know what you can do, and then you can get better and do more things and add it to it, you know? So my worth, you know, I'm like, chill, listen, I could sell, you feel me? So whatever product that you got, I'm going to get that out there too. You feel me? I can promote, you know, I'm a motivational speaker. You feel me? I'm positive, uplifting. It's going to be a good environment when I'm around the area. Goal hunting, goal setting. So if like, let me see, if I was going to be a part of your business, you like, all right, bet, you got to add that all up. Like, oh, this man is coming through with this, that. And with him coming with all of that, it's like, you know, that means it's time to pay that man. Pay that man, you feel me? That man is adding some value to the table, you feel me? Anything you start a little business, you know. My man got a little bouncy house business, you feel me? So let's say you got the bouncy house business. You pumping, you out there putting it out to the people, boom, 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 boom. Let's say your man come through, he like, look, I'm gonna promote your business too. And now you gonna get 3 times the bookings. Or let's say you promote it on the weekend, I'm gonna get people to book it during the week. You see? That's what you're worth. You add more value to everything that's going on. I've always got to add more value. Always trying to, whatever this is worth, whatever we could do with this, how can we do a little bit more with that? How can we set the bar a little bit higher, achieve a little bit more? And yeah, it's about the growth, you know, what you worth. You know, if you can make a clothing line, if you can make all the clothes that you got on your body, it's like, what? You know how much people be spending on these outfits and all of that? You worth whole wardrobes, you feel me? That is crazy. You gotta get it out there. Let them people know. You know what I mean? So, it's definitely what you worth is, and if you don't know your worth, then people are going to tell you what you're worth. If you don't say what you're worth, people are going to put a value on you, you know? So you gotta push it. You gotta work for it. You gotta know your value. You gotta know that no matter what nobody say, it's about you. And it's about raising your worth, raising your value. You know, the most valuable players in the league, I could just break it down. They could do a lot. You feel me? They're very, very helpful towards their team. Like whatever their team is doing, whatever, you know, needs to be done. The MVP, the most valuable, he's doing a lot. He's the focus. You know, so if you're going to be valuable, you're going to be that valuable, make sure that you bringing it to the table. Make sure that you are coming early, on time, ready to work, ready to grind. You know, you're clean, you're sharp, you're fresh. You know, your smile is nice. Your face is, you know, smooth. You know, when people see you, your worth is everything. They like, whoa, this boy, this person, this lady, gotta be worth a lot, because the way they moving, the way they grooving, it just seems like they got it all together. And if you think you worth more, people gonna think you worth more. It's just natural. It be people that be delusional, like, yo, I'm worth It's like, chill. But they still gonna get more than your average person, just because they think they worth more. You feel me? Ain't nobody never make $1 billion without thinking that they could do it. You feel me? Thinking that they was better, thinking that they was more valuable. So that's how it go. We have to have that belief in ourselves. And we have to have that worth, you feel me? Like, don't go down to them jobs that you know you don't want to work at, you feel me? You know them jobs that's not going to pay you that much. You know, sometimes you got to sit back. Maybe you got to create. That's another thing, too. If you worth it and you know they not going to pay it, then you got to create an avenue. You got to create something towards you can get paid off of that. And I always say, I work like I get paid off of work ethic. You feel me? I don't work like, oh, this is. I'm like, listen, if working hard is going to get me paid, how much am I going to get? But then I learned it's working smarter, you feel me? Smarter for yourself. So it's about working smarter. It's about grinding. It's about being consistent. Yeah. Raising your worth. One day at a time. One grind at a time. Keep it up there, you feel me? And keep your mindset right. All right, that's what I got for you today. Appreciate y'all. Motivational Mac, inspirational. You was hoping that you can get something, but you get nothing. Unless you tune in, subscribe, check me out. Have a good one.